Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Olajide Bello. Many thanks for joining us. Remember, you can watch this broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. The fuel situation facing motorists in Abuja seems to be easing up, with more petrol trucks captured driving to various petrol stations in the metropolis. Lydia Sampson reports that most petrol stations are no longer visibly overwhelmed with queues. Petrol trucks were seen either driving in or loaded with products waiting to discharge motorists. However, have different opinions and perspectives to the whole situation. While some say the situation is better, others believe not as much has changed, alleging that it is simply because it is a weekend.
I've done 3 hours, but I've been here for about 45 minutes and it's almost not moving.
Maybe, let's say, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah. The queue is not as long as it was yesterday and day for yesterday. So maybe there's some improvement, hopefully.
Today is better, at least the fuel has started coming.
Okay.
It's not better because this is necessary for a Nigerian citizen. It shouldn't be on a queue for you to get fuel. It's quite very stressful.
Yesterday was tougher. This morning was tougher too because everybody came out in their numbers. I just see the numbers reducing right now.
It seems like there's improvement in supply, and I believe tomorrow will be better than today.
Residents of Eleme local government area have attributed the constant accident along the east-west road to the reckless attitude of drivers of heavy-duty trucks which ply this area. Their reaction follows the tanker explosion of Friday night, which claimed several lives and destroyed more than 100 vehicles. Miriam Vincent Oko now brings us the situation report.
This is how busy the petrochemical junction along Eleme axis of the east-west road can be. The reasons are not far-fetched, as the area plays host to major oil and gas companies, including the Eleme refinery, and also leads to the Onne seaport. So, when a fire incident occurs, nothing short of this level of disaster is bound to be experienced due to the heavy traffic usually experienced in the area. As at Saturday afternoon, the tanker which caused the Friday night explosion was still dripping petrol, while NEMA and other relevant agencies made effort to transload what was left of the product. The Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, and his deputy, who visited the area, described the incident as unfortunate but avoidable.
We recorded, from what I'm saying, a huge numbers of vehicles being destroyed and souls lost. But I've already asked the agency, the special agency, to give us a full brief so that we can come into the situation fully.
Some residents of the area wonder why people still engage in scooping petroleum product from accidented tankers without considering the consequences of their action.
It's quite unfortunate that human beings, I would not say out of poverty, one would decide to lose his sense of reasoning. Otherwise, how can you see such a dangerous situation? You say you want to go and scoop fuel?
Let any company within this geopolitical zone take precaution and pay attention to every driver they are to employ. They need to be trained, properly checked.
There is need for a kind of proper supervision to hasten the project and then possibly dispatch road safety people to control vehicles. If they were here maybe controlling vehicles, most of these things wouldn't have happened.
as at the time of filing this report, the exact number of vehicles burnt was yet to be ascertained, as eyewitnesses put it at between 100 and 200, while NEMA has commenced effort at evacuating the remains of victims still trapped in some of the vehicles. In Eleme, Mary and Vincent Oko, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu expresses heartfelt condolences to the Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and the families of those who lost loved ones in the horrific petrol tanker explosion in the state. In a condolence letter she personally signed, the First Lady described loss of lives in such a sudden and devastating way as heartbreaking. Her thoughts and prayers, she says, are with those grieving the immense loss, praying that God grants the souls of the departed eternal rest. And away from the petrol explosion there, following the inauguration of the first oil field in the state last year, Nasarawa State government has inaugurated a 7-man advisory and technical committee that will facilitate the development of oil and gas sector in the state. Governor Abdullahi Sule, who inaugurated the committee in Lafia State, tasked them to liaise with NNPC Limited for seamless implementation of oil exploration in other parts of the state. Aliu Tijani reports.
Discovery of oil and gas in the state, with exploration ongoing, has launched the state into the oil and gas community to facilitate investment in oil and gas sector that will benefit the people of the state, as well as provide enabling environment for investors. A 7-man committee has been set up by the state government. The committee will, among others, liaise with other stakeholders in the industry and monitor compensation for host communities. Also, the committee is expected to facilitate execution of corporate social responsibility for the host communities. Governor Sule tasked the committee to live above board in the discharge of their duties.
The associated benefits of this project are in the areas of wealth creation, employment opportunity, revenue generation, and economic growth of Nasarawa State. Guided by our desire to ensure the maximum benefit of this project, it becomes absolutely necessary to be proactive in order to place the state on the right pedestal for oil and gas exploration and exploitation activities in the state.
The governor also urged host communities to take ownership of the investment by creating peaceful atmosphere for investors. The committee pledged to discharge their responsibilities professionally and in line with their mandates. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
The ingenuity of young Nigerians is again in the spotlight. This time, creative thinking has been given a nudge with the conversion of plastic waste to carbon building blocks at the end of a year-long project of innovative solutions in Abuja. Deborah Balagbobo reports.
The fact that plastic waste poses a threat to the environment, and these students from government sciences and technical colleges have found a way to converting this harmful waste to wealth. It is an outcome of more than 1 year project.
The Team 1 members have come up with a project of converting waste plastics into low carbon blocks using simple methods.
The innovation, experts say, is best for erosion control, low emission and absorption of carbon.
But because it's already used, so all the carbon has already been burned off. So for them to recycle it, you don't expect it to emit, rather it even absorb the carbon, and since it's good for erosion control, it does not degrade, and it does not, water does not penetrate through it.
I believe that is a stepping stone to some higher developments along this area.
The program organizers maintain has been an interesting one, especially with the involvement of children whose ideas have shown great hope for the future of the country. In Abuja, Deborah Balagbobo, NTA News.
And to security matters now, the air component of Operation Wild Punch has targeted terrorist hideouts in Shiroro local government area of Niger State at the stronghold of notorious terrorist kingpin Malam Umar and several other commanders located in the Alawa forest area. The strikes followed extensive intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance operations in the targeted area, revealing clusters of huts within compounds amidst dense vegetation with a significant presence of armed terrorists loitering around the vicinity. Also, painstaking intelligence earlier gathered had confirmed that these same terrorists were responsible for the recent attacks on ground troops at Bassa community, as well as multiple improvised explosive devices (IED) incidences along the Pandogiri-Alewa road within the same area. The air component promptly deployed its air assets to decisively eliminate the terrorists, resulting in effective and maximum damage to the targets. A post-strike battle damage assessment later confirmed the neutralization of several of the terrorists and the destruction of their hideouts, with positive consequences on their ability to attack surface forces, as well as innocent civilians within the area. Similar airstrikes were also carried out the same day in the Niger Delta region against economic saboteurs and oil thieves bent on illegally siphoning crude oil from mutilated pipelines while destroying the environment and ecosystem. And from the judiciary, two high court sitting in Abuja has convicted two notorious drug lords to life imprisonment following their arrest and prosecution by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NTA. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim has details.
For 43-year-old businessman, his journey to a lifetime in jail began when he was first arrested by NDLEA operatives on the 19th March 2022 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. He was found to have ingested 100 wraps of cocaine weighing 2.243 kilograms, same as the case of another 42-year-old drug dealer who was also convicted on similar offense. Meanwhile, NDLEA officers at the Gate C departure hall of the Lagos airport intercepted a passenger while attempting to export 4,000 pills of tramadol to Malpensa in Spain. The psychoactive substance was found concealed in women's wear and granulated melon, popularly known as egusi. In Bayelsa State, NDLEA operatives on Wednesday, 24th April, arrested a 28-year-old lady for producing and distributing cakes laced with illicit drugs, especially cannabis sativa. At the time of her arrest, substantial number of the drugged cakes weighing 1.5 kilograms were recovered from her. Two others were arrested for a similar offense. More illicit substances such as cannabis sativa, pentazocine injection were intercepted in Kaduna, Adamawa and Edo states. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Time now to join Jenny in Port Harcourt for more on Nationwide. Jenny?
Very much, Olajide. The federal government says it is deploying additional platforms to support naval operations to enhance national security and task Batch 35 trainees of Nigeria Navy Basic Primary School (ONE) to utilize knowledge gained to contribute to the set objective. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
It has been 6 months of intensive military training in orientation, professional and consolidation phases for these 1,486 trainees passing out at this event. It was indeed a transformation from civilian to the regimented career path, preparing them for service to fatherland.
Going through this kind of training in NMBTS is a very great privilege in such a way that you no longer have that civilian mentality or being afraid of what's about to happen. Rather, you are being prepared for things coming your way for tomorrow.
Train was really in academical aspect, military aspect. We are fully prepared and ready to go.
At the time that the nation is going through multi-security challenges, Minister of State Defense Bello Matawale notes that the training is timely to help meet national security needs. He commended the Nigerian Navy for recapitalization and additional platforms intended to checkmate maritime infractions and sabotage of national assets.
276 meters offshore patrol vessels are expected from Turkey, while additional 3 fast attack craft from China, among others, will be joining the fleet soon. You have acquired rudiments necessary for kinetic approaching for conflict resolution. As we depart this citadel of learning, I encourage you to put this good to use and hold strongly the Nigerian Navy core values, which are professionalism, integrity, and teamwork.
The Secretary to Rivers State Government and the Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor are satisfied with the federal government investment in national security, pledging the state's readiness to support such efforts that will help checkmate crude oil theft and enhance maritime security. In One, Rivers State, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
The goal of World Immunization Week, a global healthcare event celebrated annually between April 24 to 30th, is to promote vaccine usage and protect people of all ages from vaccine-preventable diseases, allowing them to live happier and healthier lives. Chidebere Onya in this report engaged some public health experts on the challenges and factors responsible for zero or missed dosages.
Spearheaded by the World Health Organization, World Immunization Week mobilizes nations, healthcare professionals, and communities worldwide, emphasizing on the life-saving power of vaccines in protecting people against diseases.
There's so many diseases that we have, but there are preventions. Can you imagine something like polio, for instance? Polio has a preventive mechanism, and that preventive mechanism is called immunization.
The theme of this year's commemoration, Humanly Possible, Immunization for All, identifies the right of every human being to be protected against vaccine-preventable diseases.
Probably because of reaction to immunization in the past for their previous children, they feel reluctant to come up for immunization.
We understand the critical role vaccine plays in promoting the health of a community and creating a healthier world for all.
Notwithstanding the numerous benefits of immunization, recent reports by the World Health Organization states that vaccines remain out of reach for millions of people worldwide. Experts say this lack of access not only puts the health of individuals at risk, but also poses a threat to public health.
The same lesson that we learned in the use of COVID-19 vaccine on the pandemic, we should also apply that experience on common diseases that are immunizable.
World Immunization Week 2024 is therefore a call to action for individuals, communities, and governments to unite in promoting the use of universal vaccine coverage in order to achieve the ultimate goal of a healthier future for all. In Port Harcourt, Chidebere Onya, NTA News.
And that's it from Port Harcourt. Nationwide will continue in Lagos with Adeola after this break.
Thank you for joining us in Lagos. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has flagged off the demolition of property on the right-of-way of the 700 kilometers Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Larry Belei monitored the process and brings details.
Hours after the federal government announced its readiness to commence payment of compensation to property owners along the Lagos-Calabar Highway, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, visited the affected areas before demolition commences. Okwaja Seaside Community and resort centers at Oniru are some of the affected property.
Demolition order was passed to all the affected investors, so to say, and I graciously increased the grace period by another 7 days and yet another 4 days. And here we are because the project stopped because of lack of this demolition.
One of the property owners along the right-of-way believes it's a sacrifice for national development.
Yes, some of us are affected, no doubt about it. But some of us are not up to 0.1% of the millions of people that will enjoy the coastal road. That's why some of us, like me, and some others also, has taken it to heart to also support Mr. President.
The minister used the opportunity to address issues surrounding one of the resort centers that has generated heated debate.
AMAC unfortunately has made so much noise about this. I had to revisit the place. I continue to say that none of this infrastructure is affected, just the shanties.
He confirmed that compensation of demolished properties will be a continuous process before flagging off the demolition process.
And so I flag it off.
The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway on completion is expected to attract foreign direct investments to Nigeria, develop the potential of our coastal businesses, especially at the local economic corridors, and boost tourism and marine businesses. In Lagos, Larry Bilayi, NTA News.
Now, it is common to see some Nigerians adapt easily to foreign influences such as fashion, behavioral traits, music, dance styles and patterns. But how well have Nigerians across board adapted to and adopted the use of artificial intelligence in their everyday life and workplaces? Artificial intelligence has been weaved into every fabric of human daily life. Now, picture a machine that can organize one's cupboard the way it should be, or make a cup of tea with the right ingredients. These are some of the products of artificial intelligence, which is the theory and development of computer systems that replicate human patterns of thinking to solve specific problems, such as recognizing speeches, identifying patterns, and decision-making process. How important is AI to the Nigerian economy? Many ICT experts are of the view that while most works undertaken by humans manually sometimes result to economic dangers due to poor production and poor technology inclination, the use of AI will reduce these errors.
Different states are handling ICT with different levels of importance. We have seen this from the types of structures they have created. Some have established a unit within a designated ministry. Some have established a dedicated agency for ICTs.
Since AI happens to be the trend in the world of technology, leading to the development of nations, what should be the areas of priority to ensure a holistic adoption by Nigerians?
Invest in AI education and training programs to equip the workforce with the necessary skills to understand and develop and implement AI technologies.
Nigeria has so far been proactive in adopting AI technologies and the process integrating it into various sectors to drive innovation and economic growth. And ICT experts are also of the view that constituting artificial intelligence offices at the local government will help spread knowledge of the importance of this technology. And those are reports from Lagos. Olajide is back to you for the continuation of Nationwide.
Many thanks, Adela, for your contributions from the Center of Excellence. Moving on now, a total of 42,000 metric tons of assorted food commodities from the National Strategic Grains Reserves are being distributed to indigents across the 21 local government areas of Kogi State. Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo initiated the exercise in Lokoja. Solomon Aide has the report.
The governor, represented by his deputy Joel Oyibo, flagged off the distribution. The assorted food commodities, including bags of maize, sorghum, millet and gari, are aimed at alleviating the hardship faced by the indigents. This exercise is in line with the Renewed Hope agenda focused on mitigating the current economic challenges.
I promise, Mr. President, that these palliatives will definitely get down to the downtrodden in rural areas that need them without bias.
In acknowledgement of the federal government's support, the Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, Mrs. Zubairu Umar, explained that the decision was made to mitigate the impact of the ongoing economic challenges in the country, aligning with the president's renewed hope agenda.
The above food items will be shared to all local government areas in the state. Also based on the directives of Mr. President, 20% of the food items due for each local government should be given to religious organizations, JNI and CAN, and 3% to be given to boarding schools in local government areas.
The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, members of the APC, and traditional institutions supported the program as some beneficiaries shared their gratitude for the assistance received.
We are very much elated for this federal government initiative in touching the life of the poor masses.
This marks the second phase of palliatives provided by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Kogi State. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
And away from palliative distribution, the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Mina, now runs 18 hours of uninterrupted transmission, courtesy of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission and Hypertech, that supported the station with 33 kVA transformer. General Manager of NTA Mina, Miriam Salihu, who led other management staff of the station, and a thank you visit to the Commission's headquarters in Mina, says the feat has translated to better service delivery to NTA teaming viewers. Husseina Musa reports.
John Authority NTA Mina has recently migrated from the 11 kVA to 33 kVA transmission line, a step to improve the station's power generation and ensure effective and efficient running of transmission. The project, executed by the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission and Hypertech, is born out of the collaborative efforts between the federal government agencies. To this end, the management of NTA Mina, led by its general manager, Miriam Salihu, were at the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission's headquarters in Mina.
Very happy that it has come to fruition, because this has helped us in our transmission hours, because we were transmitting 6 hours and now we're doing 18 hours, so it has really impacted, and we're hoping that we can even extend it and just have a 24 hours.
We are delighted that the little intervention we are bringing to the activities of the NTA in Mina is proving helpful, and that is the objective of setting up the commission, to provide succor and provide support. And the NTA is a partner in progress for any organization that means well for those people it is serving.
Official inauguration of the power project, which is already being put into use, will be announced at a later date. In Mina, Husseina Musa, NTA News.
At every minute somewhere around the world, there are records of occupational accidents and diseases, many of which are caused by climate change. This is why the global community is turning attention to the health, safety and risk workers are exposed to due to climate change. Clement Barikwi reports.
Workplace, both formal and informal sectors, employees and their employers are facing various forms of occupational hazards. With the reality of climate change becoming daily occurrence globally, workers now have to battle with excessive heat, ultraviolet radiation, extreme weather events, air pollution, vector-borne diseases, and agrochemicals. Safety experts believe it is time to change the gears and focus on empowering the workplace.
Occupational safety and health is influenced by climate change. Now, heat stress can affect the worker. Some workers get dehydrated because of overexposure to the heat, and so they may die, or they may be weak, or they may be exhausted during work.
The issue of ensuring safety lies with everyone involved, from top management to the frontline workers. So don't feel bad. If that young guy that you deployed to go work outdoor comes back and tell you, sir, I'm not comfortable, I'm a little bit stressed up, don't feel bad.
As campaigns to mitigate the impact of climate change on health and safety at workplace continue, till 28th April 2025, when another theme will emerge, the International Labour Organization agrees with key stakeholders and industry players that a safe and healthy environment is the responsibility of all, from top management to front-line workers. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
And Charles is standing by in Makudi with more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Charles.
Thank you, Olajide, for joining us in Makudi. Towards addressing the growing challenges of the girl child and vulnerable groups in the society, the Association of Orphanages and Home Operators of Nigeria, North Central Region, have converged on Makudi to brainstorm and chart a course towards addressing this menace. Moses Ajawode was there and reports that the one-day summit provided a high-yielding ground for collaboration among stakeholders.
The biannual summit by the Association of Orphanages and Home Operators of Nigeria, ASOHON, attracted members from the 6 north-central states of Kwara, Plateau, Nasarawa, Kogi, Niger, and host Benue. The August meeting is not unconnected with expanding the scope of the association and also creating awareness and collaboration among security agencies and members of the association. Coordinators of the association at the state and the regional level emphasize the need for synergy among operators and government agents to arrest the growing trend of child abuse and molestation, as well as rape, which have become the new normal.
These are the responsibility of the government that we have taken upon ourselves. And we feel that there's much more that the government can do to enhance us. There's much more the government can do to, help the children that we are taking care of, because the children we are taking care of, they are not our children. Every child is a government child.
Doing like an overhauling of orphanages in the North Central to ensure that best practices are being observed by various homes, and to also seek government collaboration, because we are trying to tell the government that we are ready.
Representatives of other security agencies and the zonal commander, NAPTIP, commended the association for their effort and assured them of our readiness to partner with them for more positive results.
I want to assure you that as we continue in the course of your duty, we are making our pledges. We will do all we can that is within our reach to collaborate. I just want to make one or two remarks. Like passion, I want to still emphasize on that. It's not enough. You need the skills.
The theme of the summit is building bridge of collaboration and sustainability between the government and orphanage operators in the North Central region of Nigeria. In Makudi, Moses Ajawudi, NTA News.
Let's now talk security, where the Nigerian Navy has reiterated its determination to continue to train provost personnel of the Nigerian Navy for optimal performance. Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala gave the assurance during the graduation ceremony of 4 courses of the Nigerian Navy Provost and Regulating School, Makudi. Blessing Omeche Ebute reports that the Chief of Naval Administration, Rear Admiral Kennedy Ezete, represented the Naval Chief.
The combined graduation ceremony of the Nigerian Navy Provost and Regulating School, Makudi, is made up of 47 participants drawn from 4 courses of Master at Arms Refresher Course, Master of Arms Qualifying Course, Petty Officer Qualifying Course, and Leading Regulating Qualifying Course. The courses were designed to enhance knowledge in general discipline, naval law, crime prevention and detection, as well as the role of forensic science as an aid to criminal investigation in the 21st century.
There is no doubt in my mind that the students are ready for to further enhance the knowledge in general discipline in their various shapes and establishments they will be drafted to.
The 18-week program is packaged to not only broaden participants' knowledge, but to prepare them to face contemporary and emerging security threats in the maritime environment.
While the courses were ongoing, efforts were made to instill in the students the best practices in law enforcement within the military and outside. Various methodologies were used to train the students, and these include classroom lectures, practical demonstrations, presentations, and study visits, amongst others.
The man or woman who enforces the law is expected to know the law and uphold it.
The totality of this knowledge could not have been obtained or impacted on the course you have concluded without the effort of your instructors.
High points of the ceremony was the presentation of certificates and award of recognition to those who distinguished themselves during the training. In Makurdi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
With that report on the Navy, we round off our contribution from Makurdi. Nationwide continues in Maiduguri with Ladidi just after the break.
Welcome to Maiduguri. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has inaugurated a 22-member State Amiral Hajj Committee for the 2024 Hajj exercise with a call on the members to ensure hitch-free Hajj operations. The governor inaugurated the committee at the Government House, Maiduguri. Mohammed Guni reports.
Governor Babagana Umar Zulum emphasized the significance of the committee's role in the annual Hajj rites that include overseeing the welfare and conduct of pilgrims from Borno State. Acknowledging performance of the State Deputy Governor, who held position of the chairman of the Amirul Hajj Committee in the previous exercise, Governor Zulum said he appointed Senator Kakasha Olan as DCS Amirul Hajj to prevent administrative vacuum during the Hajj period.
Inshallah, pilgrims from Borno State will be airlifted Holy Land beginning 3rd week of May, inshallah. And we hope the exercise will be completed on or before 30th of May.
Professor Zulum praised intending pilgrims from the state for timely payment of their Hajj fares, pledging government's commitment to preventing delays in pilgrims' departure. He disclosed state government's additional payment of 450 Saudi Riyal to secure comfortable accommodation for each pilgrims, supplementing the 3,000 Riyal provided by the federal government. Chairman of the committee, Senator Kakasha Olan, expressed gratitude to the governor for the confidence bestowed in the committee, assuring the state's authorities of their commitment to ensure a hitch-free and successful Hajj exercise.
With the caliber of people we have on the committee that are well experienced and very grounded in Hajj operations, I don't have any doubt in my mind that we are going to be successful at the end of the day.
The governor also instructed the committee to utilize conventional media platforms to publicize names of intending pilgrims and their planned routes to ensure transparency in the exercise. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
The State Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has approved employment of 15 people with disability who have undergone formal educational system and obtained bachelor's degree certificate, NCE's diplomas and vocational training certificates. The governor gave the approval at the Government House in Maiduguri. Again, Mohammed Kone reports.
Governor Babagana Umar Zulum commended the people with special needs for their determination to acquire various educational qualifications despite their conditions, informing them that they will be on the payroll of the Borno State government effective 1st May 2024.
I want to bring to your kind notice that we should be on the payroll of the Borno State government effective May 1, 2024, inshallah.
Governor Zulum also directed the Commission of Education and Abawo Kilbe to review the activities of all special schools in Borno State in order to train more people with special needs. Professor Zulum also ordered the Ministry of Education to work out modalities for introducing the teaching of special education courses at Umar Ibn Ibrahim College of Education, Science and Technology, Bama. Borno State Branch Chairman of the Nigerian Association of People with Special Needs, Mohamed Mustafa, expressed gratitude to Governor Zulum for approving employment for its members. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Those are the trending stories from the Home of Peace. Nationwide continues with Olajide in Abuja.
Many thanks, Ladidi, for your contributions. Vice President Kashim Shettima has emphasized the importance of service to humanity and peaceful coexistence in Nigeria, urging political leaders to project the beauty of the nation's cultural diversity. He made the appeal at the conferment of the chieftaincy title of Asiwaju of Ijebu Land, an industrialist and philanthropist Sulaiman Adebola Adegunwa, held in Ijebu, Ogun State. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
This colorful gathering in the ancient city of Ijebu is in honor of one of their own, Dr. Suleiman Adegunwa, the new Asiwaju of Ijebu. People in their different attires welcomed the vice president who came to celebrate with them. describing the new Asuwaju as a leader committed to entrenching peaceful coexistence across the nation.
It's a show of compassion, it's a show of humility, and the entire landscape was voted by schools, security posts, and so many. Corporate responsibility items that voted the whole of Ijebu land and the nation as a whole. We celebrate with him, we commend him, and we have a moral duty to call on all Nigerians to emulate the lives of Chief Adekunwa.
Baba is a confident yet very humble man, both in appearance, vision, and innovation.
I pledge my support.
The Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetona II, who conferred the chieftaincy title, commended Dr. Adegunwa and his wife for distinguishing themselves in character, respective fields of endeavor and contributions to the community. Oba Adetona II, who has been on the throne for 64 years, said the palace had observed the Adegunwas with the joy and pride, as they have exhibited honesty, integrity, and uncommon development in Ijebuland. From Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State, Abraman Jibrila, NTA News.
Within 10 months in office, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, is confident that the ministry will deliver on its mandate. The minister expressed optimism at the 4th Ministerial Step-Down Retreat in Abuja. Mie Ogidi reports.
Whoever is weak will try to shore up. But when the weakness becomes dysfunctional and becomes a cog in the wheel of progress, then that weakness will be removed so that the whole can move. The president has said ministerial appointment is not an entitlement, and that those who fail to perform will be asked to go. On that occasion, I told everyone that my case would never get to that.
A step-down retreat and Dele Alake giving the right treatment to the staff on how the 4th item on President Tinubu's 8-point agenda can be achieved. That is, unlock energy and natural resources for sustainable development. And to achieve this singular goal, the ministry's 7-point agenda must be implemented with all the deadline pressure it deserves.
You can now call me Pastor Dele Alake if you like.
Literally turning the podium to pulpit, all to convince the staff on why they must deliver on their mandate.
From the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before mean men. When you give 2 or 3 people the same licenses for the same site, are you being diligent? Now that discourages serious investors.
From spirituality back to the reality on ground, Dele is proud of his staff because within 10 months in office, a lot of positives to celebrate.
Within a space of 3 months, we've recorded over 70 cooperative societies established.
From the National Assembly is solid support for the Solid Minerals Development Ministry.
This mineral gas that the minister is proposing is key to this thing.
The House of Representatives has introduced 2 key legislative interventions in harmony with the 8-point agenda and the policy directive of the ministry.
It is a 2-day retreat and the staff mining their minds to get the best with their mental faculties in the aspects of reviewing the journey so far and the challenges ahead. Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
A cross-section of people in Kano are indicating their readiness to key into the CNG initiative, but they say it depends on the effectiveness, efficiency, and accessibility to CNG. Aminu Umar has more. Details of that report will come in our subsequent bulletin. Up next is Sport Update.